I joined the organization in January of 2019. My wife has family that settled here in the Pacific Northwest, so we were looking for an opportunity to be a little closer and became really excited about playing a part in delivering healthcare, making it available to people here in the South Coast. Looking back, I feel really fortunate that I had 2019 because as the pandemic started in early 2020, I don't think it could have prepared any of us for what was about to unfold. Several weeks into our incident command structure, there was this continual nature of questions coming to the leadership team, and they came from various places. The state government was asking for information or giving guidance and expecting implementation. Sometimes it was literally coming through the federal government. The pace of change and the depth of the change to implement and compliance with the evolving knowledge, it was just relentless. And so that's where we stepped back and said, the normal incident command structure, interfaces, it's a multi-agency structure. Hospitals are trained this way so that we can interface with fire, with police, with federal agencies and have a common leadership language when we're responding to incidents. All of my training, those incidents maybe spanned hours, maybe days in a scenario. Nothing had ever spanned weeks or months, let alone years. One of the aspects to that training, though, is you have to have handoff because you need to staff that incident until its conclusion. And we're humans. People need to eat, they need to sleep, they need to recover so that they can come back and provide that continuous leadership. I grew up in a tradition that included a weekly period of rest, and that's something that I carry on. It was kind of humbling to realize that the world doesn't need me to spin, right? And so it's okay to step back and put yourself in that perspective. So I had a resiliency tool set that had served me for 2 decades in healthcare. Facing the pandemic, I found those tools being overwhelmed by the demands of the job, which set me on a journey to try to learn, try to acquire some new tools. And in that process, not just to acquire them for myself, but I could see that in our nurses, I could see that in our techs, I could see that in our physicians, I could see that in our leaders. And so the way that we implemented that, we felt there was a balance to have some consistency, and changing out shift to shift or even every day didn't seem like the right fit. What seemed like the right fit for us was kind of a weekly rhythm. And so we had really a complete, intact team that took over 1 week to the next. And so you got some efficiencies that happen when you work closely, and it allowed that sense of team to be captured without really running anyone into the ground. And it worked for us. So trying to stay conscious in the match between our structure, the time being committed, and really what was needed for us to be successful in caring for our community. And I'm excited about the opportunity to once again be able to think about and plan for the future, hopefully in a way that is less responsive to pressing needs, and one that allows us to do a more focused job of charting a proactive course for caring for our community as Bay Area Hospital.